So recently I got my hands on the training mode mod pack for Smash Ultimate, and I've been absolutely in love with it. I've been in the lab pretty much all week, but in the process of labbing, I kind of lost track of time in terms of my bi-weekly upload schedule. I've been posting a lot of the things I found with the mod pack on Twitter, so I thought to myself, screw it, why not post some of those things onto YouTube as well? This is definitely one of the more interesting things that I've found, so today we're taking a second look at Up Air. And for the clarity of this video, everything that I say is going to be factual. So no, we're not bullet time bouncing off of Sakurai's intern anymore. Alright, let's get started. If you weren't already aware by my constant complaints on Twitter, Ultimate's training mode is literally awful. From not being able to control your opponent's DI to the game interpreting physics differently in slow motion, this thing is honestly a pain to work with. One of the things that sucks the most about training mode is this counter here. This is called the combo meter, and as you would expect, its job is to tell you when something combos. Except it doesn't fucking work. At 30%, Greninja's up throw gives him 10 frames of hit advantage on Mario, making it so that the first actionable frame that Mario can perform an input on is frame 11. A buffered short hop up air comes out on frame 10, meaning that it's guaranteed to connect. Up throw counts as 1 hit, and the 5 multi-hits of up air followed by the single launching hitbox count as 6 hits. Spoiler warning for those of you who haven't passed the first grade yet, but 1 plus 6 equals 7. But guess what? Not in training mode. Even though all the frame data checks out, the game says, nope, that combo wasn't guaranteed at all. You can see why this is a problem. Despite this combo being true, nobody had any fucking clue whether it worked or not. The only way that we were able to see that it's guaranteed was by doing this frame interpolation BS that takes forever and a half. And that's just at early percents. As for landing this combo at mid percents where you can't buffer the up air and have to account for the launch height of up throw, again, we have no fucking idea. And in comes the training mod. By only doing some very legal activity and hacking into your Nintendo Switch, you're able to set the CPU to buffer air dodge to see whether or not this combo is guaranteed. And guess what? It is! Thanks, Ultimate! But yeah, as a Greninja labber himself, I had no idea whether or not up throw up air was guaranteed for the longest time. But as I was labbing this out, I found a few cool things that you can do with up throw up air. Here's a cool setup I found on Town that kills your opponent at 50% on DI out. And here's one for DI in. From a grab, that's pretty fucking good. So if you've been paying attention to the Smash community, you've probably heard of IDJ. No, this doesn't stand for I Dig Joker, but it stands for Instant Double Jump, and it can really open up a lot of doors for certain characters' combo games. Basically what it does is it allows you to get a full hop aerial out on frame 4 instead of frame 5. Yeah, Sakurai really screwed us over when trying to make Ultimate competitive. But a lot of people are focusing on IDJ from a combo-based perspective instead of a movement-based perspective. A lot of people have been asking me questions like, oh, what happens if you do down tilt IDJ fair instead of full hop fair? And honestly, nothing. If you IDJ, you'll actually whiff the forward air a lot of the time when just a full hop works fine. We already have all the frame advantage that we need from that down tilt, and that one frame isn't going to make a difference. Now from a movement-based perspective, IDJ is actually really solid. Whenever you run in one direction and jump in the other, the game actually keeps your forwards trajectory in the first direction and then air excels you in the opposite direction. This makes you actually move forwards a tiny bit in the first few frames of your jump animation. But by double jumping, you'll actually override this and shift your momentum entirely. Look at how much further I can jump back from Mario now. This makes it a lot easier to scout out your opponent's options without having to jump in towards them first. Now for Greninja specifically, IDJ isn't all that new. Hell, I even talked about it back in April 2020 in part 1 of the Greninja guide. But what if I told you that we actually have documentation of IDJ from June of 2017?
On Battlefield, if you double jump immediately from the ground, you will swiftly land on the top platform. From there practice 2 things, running straight down to one of the side platforms, and running off and double jumping back to the platform you were just on. This way your opponent doesn't know whether you are going to go down or stay up. In other words,
I'm fast as fuck, boy!
From a full hop, Greninja can't normally land on the top platform of Battlefield, but by doing an IDJ, he gets the slightest boost in vertical height so that he can land on it. This is great for neutral because getting to the top platform is often a commitment for other characters. Whereas with Greninja, you just press jump twice and you're good. So as a labber always does, I was thinking to myself, how can we use this? We don't really care about getting an attack to come out 1 frame faster because we already have the frame advantage for full hop aerials most of the time. But getting onto the top platform here is really useful. After trying for what was probably half an hour, I was able to finally get this clip on Mario. Come on. There we go. Jeez. Yeah, that's a kill confirm at 55, but doesn't it seem a little bit precise? You have to time your up airs just right to actually take the stock, and that's a ton of effort compared to Giga Flare F Smash. So instead, I found out that you could just read this air dodge and then take a stock off of Mario at 50. Because Mario air dodged so close to the ground, the game actually forces him to tech in this position, and IDJ lets us land on the platform and catch him with up tilt before he has a chance to toss up his shield. I don't think that being frame 4 instead of frame 5 helped us with this interaction. Now throwback to the video I made on MKLeo's Greninja. Remember this clip here? Notice how he's fast falling just as he connects the launching hitbox of up air. Up air doesn't auto cancel from short hop, so he's intentionally fast falling so that he can hit the ground and enter landing leg sooner. I used to think that auto canceling Greninja's up air wasn't worth it at all because it required you to very slowly fall down first, making it so that your opponent was already out of hit stun by the time that you could connect another up air. With platforms, believe it or not, this isn't true. If you don't already know what auto canceling is, here's an example. So you know how landing with downer gives you 30 frames of landing lag? Of course you do. If you perform the downer from high up enough, you'll actually be able to land without any landing lag. This is called the auto cancel window of the move, and it's from frame 53 onwards. Just a disclaimer for you guys wanting to try this downer auto cancel really isn't worth going for since you have to pretty much already be in the blast zone for it to work. So back to up air. Based on the current turning legal stage list at my local GameStop, the lowest platforms are on Battlefield and Small Battlefield. Now because these platforms are so low, you'll actually be able to full hop up air and auto cancel if you get the move out on frame 5 or frame 6. Any frame later won't let you auto cancel the move. On stages with higher platforms such as PS2, Lilat, Yoshi's Story, or the first phase of Town, this will only work if you get up air out on frame 5. Okay, that seems like an extremely tight window. How useful could this auto cancel up air possibly be? Yeah, you got me. This tech just isn't meant to be used. Especially with the online era of Ultimate, being frame perfect just isn't reasonable. I mean, maybe if offline comes back, we'll actually be able to use this, but until then... That killed Bowser at 70%, by the way. And just for reference, down tilt up smash doesn't kill until 116. That's 46% earlier. Still not convinced? Here's a 0 to death on Mario just for fun. Oh, that was a 0 to death. So you might have noticed that I left out 2 stages, Smash Roll and Kalos. On these stages, even if you're frame perfect, it's not possible to auto cancel up air on the platform from a full hop. Have I got good news for you IDJ fans? IDJ lets us just barely get the extra height that we need in order to auto cancel these up airs. And from here, you're actually able to get some really nice follow-ups. Something else to mention are the top platforms on triplat stages. The distance between the bottom and top platforms is more than the distance between the bottom platforms and the ground. But still, you can instant double jump up air to get the auto cancel. Alright, here's some fun stuff to think about. Now, whenever I say that you have to be frame perfect to get this up air to auto cancel, it's honestly not that big of a challenge. For all of you Smash 4 veterans, you may be familiar with something called a weight-dependent throw. This made it so that certain throw animations would take longer depending on your opponent's weight. In Ultimate, that was removed. This means that your up throw animation will always take 42 frames no matter what. After that, it's just a timing thing on your up air. The way I see it, if you're able to time a forward air just right to make it -6 on your opponent's shield, you shouldn't have a problem getting the timing down for this up air to auto cancel. If you guys somehow weren't already aware, Greninja's pivot grab is amazing, and one of its best uses is for ledge trapping. If you position yourself just right, you'll be able to cover neutral get up attack, and roll from ledge all with an instant pivot grab. If you want the perfect spacing to do this, you can dash towards the ledge then instantly dash attack towards center stage. Now nobody is making it past you. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, there's a platform right here, so if you want to take a stock from your opponent from one ledge trap, I'm just putting it out there. Even if you don't get a guaranteed stock from this up air auto cancel, you can still get quite a bit of mileage off of it. So if you ever have a platform above you whenever you grab your opponent, take it. That's a ton of damage compared to down throw attack cancel back air. But yeah, I just thought that this was really cool and I wanted to put it out there for you guys. Let me know if you're all down to see more content like this because this video was actually a blast to work on. And I'm definitely down to rant more about how awful training mode is in future uploads. Jugeeya, thank you so much for making the training mode mod pack. You've honestly saved me countless hours of tedious things that I have to go through in the default training mode. But anyways, that's gonna be it for this video. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll catch you all next time. And as always, hold in.